So that should about do it. Everything should be good right now. I hope it is. I think everything's good, guys. I am not on chat just yet. I will make sure I'm keeping an eye on that soon. I'm just getting started, just setting up, just got home, and an eye on that soon. There we go. That's looking pretty okay. Let's go to the dashboard. Quit these pages. Sweet, all should be good. He left Slayers, that's a good thing to know. Okay, there we go. That should be good. Sorry guys, I was just setting everything up. I just got here and oh man, I saw this matchup go down. Dragon versus Rain Axlav, and that is going to be an awesome match. Axlav of course used to be on EG. I've just seen someone in chat say, hey, didn't Axlav used to be on EG? Yes, he used to be on Evil Geniuses, but he and StrifeGrow parted ways with Evil Geniuses, and I believe both of them are now on Rain. I'm not too sure about StrifeGrow, but I'm sure about Axlav. That's for certain. Dragon said that he left Slayers. I believe he's teamless at the moment, but I'm sure he will be picked up anytime soon. He's a very entertaining streamer, always has a few thousand people tuning into his stream. But that being said, guys, let's get into this match. It's gonna be Dragon, our Teal Terran player, in the top spawn position, the 12 o'clock spawn position on MLG's Metalopolis. He's going up against I wanted to say EG Axlav, but of course it's Rain's Axlav now. He's on the same team as Kiwi Kaki and Slush and all those good guys. Of course, the same team as our favorite 2-Raxer. Anyway, that being said, looks like both players want to be expanding early. I've not really kept a close eye on the builds, but I see a lot of Marauders moving at the map, so I'm thinking this is going to be a 1-Rax Marauder expand with an early stim to follow it up. Wow, Dragon playing really aggressive here. Let's see what Axlav has out to defend. Not a whole lot, to be quite honest. He has a probe over here, he has a single Stalker, and that's it. He has a sentry of course as well, but a sentry and a stalker not going to be enough to really deal with this. Oh, he has to be so careful. That stalker will go down so extremely fast. I'm pulling some probes. This is Axlav right now. He has to. This Nexus is starting to get very low HP, and Dragon not doing the best job paying attention there, taking a lot of fire on this one Marauder. The probes are trying to chase it down. Are we going to see any probes go down? Not yet. And now this army all of a sudden isn't scary at all anymore. What is Dragon trying to do right now? He's not going to be able to achieve much. A single Marine is the only remaining survivor from this attack. It looks like that Marine wants to try and get another probe kill out. It's of course not going to work. And this pressure by Dragon wasn't really effective. Usually when a Terran player wants to apply some pressure, you at least want to kill like a Stalker, or ideally a Stalker and a Sentry with 2 Marauders and a Marine, but he wasn't able to kill anything. So that didn't go all too well for Dragon, but he does have his expansion up in the background, so he's by no means out of it at all. He's, yeah, just not done as much damage as he could have. He's sending out another Reaper across the map. Wow. Did that Reaper... I think that Reaper got a lot of probe kills here, guys. 7 kills on this one Reaper. I'll make sure to keep a better eye on the minimap. Like I just said, I just got home a second ago, and I'm still setting everything up. I hope the stream is looking good and everything is fine and dandy. But, yeah, like I said, just got home, just setting everything up, just a test game, so to say, but what a test game. Here comes that Reaper again. Let's see how many kills it's going to be able to get today. It's going to go up to 8 kills, and that's going to be it for this Reaper. Trying to do a little bit of more scanning information, not going to work. Killing 1 extra probe, so 8 kills on that Reaper, of which 8 probes, as you can see by the worker kill tab. That is a really good job. That Reaper definitely brought the difference for Dragon here. He's actually not ahead in workers at all. He's at 31 SCVs to 35 probes, which is about even. 2 mules, of course, mining those minerals super extra fast. That's going to be making up for that a tiny bit. Still a 3 barracks for Dragon. He's choosing to tech up towards medevacs really fast and it's going to be delaying any kind of reactors on his barracks. So his unit count is going to be relatively low. As you can see, he's only got a handful of Marines and Marauders standing out over here. And this army by Axlav is starting to look a little bit scary, especially with the Immortals being added in. The lack of reactors on this barracks is really going to be good for Axlav. There's not going to be a lot of Marines out. And that's going to be really good, of course, for those Immortals doing so much damage versus the Marauders. Now let's see what the follow-up for Dragon's going to be. He is adding on 2 extra barracks. He's building his starport, of course, going to be swapping that with Factory to get those medevacs out ASAP. The tech choices for Axelav. He's going for the Robo and delaying his Colossi tech significantly. I think he's expecting some kind of attack, which could very well be on the way. Do we have an observer out on the map for Axelav? No, this is going to be a bit of a timing pressure here. It's by no means an all-in or anything. I mean, he's only got 3 gateways total and a single Robo, so very low gateway and Robo count for Axelav. He's definitely making a lot of probes. As you can see, wow, he extended his lead to 9 workers, and oh, the 2 armies are going to be missing each other. This Immortal is getting caught here, and oh, this is not going to be too good for Axelav. I don't think the Immortal falls immediately, but beautiful force fields here are making the difference for Axelav right now, but there might be too many Marines and Marauders trying to retreat up to the high ground and buy himself some time for additional Warpins to come, but the additional Warpins have not come. They were defending against this factory over here, and with only 3 gateways, or actually 2 gateways operational, soon to be 3 gateways operational, there's not going to be a lot of reinforcing opportunities for Axelav at all. Now finally starting to add on additional stuff, being 2 forges and Twilight Council, but I'd really like to see more gateways go down. This is so risky what Axelav is doing. He might get overpowered by the raw force of units that are out for Dragon right now. Taking a quick look at the army supply, we can see 41 army supply, medevacs, healing Marines and Marauders. That is a crazy good army versus what Axelav has got. Just a single Immortal is out, another Immortal is on the way, but no upgrades have finished, no charge, and only 3 gateways. Now a 4th and a 5th one are being constructed, and a double upgrades are on the way, but oh man, Dragon is gonna have such a powerful timing here to hit on Axelav. Is he gonna try to go for some drops? This medevac looked like it was getting ready. The gold, of course, being taken by Dragon. We just got a shot of that, and oh, Axelav being aggressive here, taking an aggressive stance here versus Dragon, but he cannot hope to hold this. I don't. Oh man, these force fields though are really good. This Immortal is getting a lot of shots off, and maybe Axelav is going to be able to do this after all. He's now pulling a lot of probes. He knows he's in trouble. Another Immortal joins in the battle. 0-0 versus 0-0, and Axelav holds. How does he do it, man? This is really crazy, and he's going to be able to maybe pick off a few medevacs and even a few SCVs. A few SCVs were brought in this attack, and taking a look at the Workers Guild tab, Axelav has been able to kill 5 workers of his own now, so extending his lead even further. As you can see, he's now up by 20 workers. Oh, these stalkers! Oh, wow, that is a freebie there for Dragon. Picking up 2 of Axelav's stalkers, never a good thing to have happen, of course. Slight miss rally. This edge, you know, when you're here over here with your units and you click them over here, the faster way might be to go here. Of course, Axelav wanted them to go the other way around. In the GSL today, there was a few critical miss rallies as well, misclicks, and that even cost someone a game. I don't remember what game exactly, but the Protoss, I believe it was FXO's Oz, who lost like 5 sentries and a few zealots in a critical engagement here. But talking about engagements, there's another one coming up. Axelav doesn't have his 1-1 finished yet. Some zealots are coming in to tank some damage, but this is going to be enough because there's no real DPS yet. All the Immortals have fallen. Another Immortal comes in, but that Immortal is going to fall really fast, and there's still 5 medevacs left. 1-1 has now finished up for Axelav. He's warping in more stuff, but oh man, he's falling down so far in supply right now, down by 20, and there's the GG out of Axelav. He doesn't manage to hold the pressure that Dragon was throwing at him, and everyone's favorite ex-Slayers player Dragon will be advancing to the next round, which is the semi-finals, I believe. Let's take a quick look at the brackets. If the scoreboard wouldn't be in my way, I'll switch to this. Yep. Okay, let's take a look at the brackets. It's gonna be... Come on, you brackets. Ooh, Roxkiss Freyr. GSL Daybreak is gonna be the map. I'm gonna get that situated immediately. GSL Daybreak. Let's see, Roxkiss. Seems to be in a game. So let's see what Roskis Freyr is going to be doing. I will be working on getting that next match up. It's going to be Dragon versus Roskis Freyr in the next round, which is a semi-final best of 3 here at the Playhem EU Daily. We should get that underway in just a second. Not sure what Freyr is doing now. It's always a bit tough when I'm finding everything on my own, so I'll add Dragon to my friends list. Yay, we're getting in the game. Roskis Freyr versus Dragon. Took me a while, but we are getting ready now. So this is gonna be the semi-finals. Semi-finals, best of 3, 0-0 of course. Sweet. So that should be all good to go, and on the way in a second. Hey guys! Should turn this off and that off. I'm having slight lag zors. What is this? This isn't funny. I wonder what's causing it. I'll just close Chrome entirely. That's better. I probably had my own stream playing in the background, but that's going to be solved right now. Double checking on the stream. Everything's looking good, guys. Welcome back to the Playhem EU Daily. We're going to be getting into another beautiful matchup here as soon as I get the colors right. It's of course an important thing to do. Green versus red it is, and a swap players. Okay, sorry guys for the small issue there, but everything is set up right now. Whoa, 2 SCVs heading across the map. We're gonna see some proxy action here. Even before I can get to the introductions, Dragon is gonna start it off cheesy. Anyway, let's get on with the introductions first. Ooh, I could use the Playhem scoreboard, which is a nice feature, but I might as well stick to this one. We're going to be going into Dragon, our red Terran player in the top right spawn position on Daybreak, who is going for the double proxy racks, double 11 proxy racks versus Roskis Freyr, who is the green Protoss player in the bottom left spawn position. Of course, on the team Roskis, and he's a really good Protoss player. We've seen him advance very far in the EU dailies a ton of times. I haven't really gotten to see him in the grand finals as much, but he's usually in the semis, sometimes in the grand finals, quarterfinals, stuff like that. He's a real up-and-coming player. Let's see if he is prepared to handle a double proxy regs by Dragon. Not scouting at all is fair, but he is blindly going for double gas, which is not a bad decision. A bad decision would have been a blind Nexus first. That would have been really bad in this situation. The first Marine is now out on the field, and the SCVs are starting to make their way over here, and these SCVs are going to be a bit disappointed to not see a Nexus in this position. The first Marine is now out, and are we making a... No, we're not making a... Oh, we're making a Zealot. That's not bad. I was going to say, oh, we're not making a Stalker. No, we cannot just yet, but I'm sure a Stalker is going to be the follow-up for Freyr, if he has enough gas, that is. We need to mine slightly more, but the Marines are starting to pull up right now, and oh my god, bit by bit, Prime. Dragon is pulling most of his SCVs. He's only leaving 3 SCVs and a mule back at home to mine, which is going to be enough to close... No, it's not going to be enough, but he will be able to make a Marine every now and then, and here come all the Marines. And by this time, Freyr has realized something is fishy, and oh, he does get the surround on the Marines, but is he going to be able to kill them? The Zealot is in there killing the Marines. Oh, the Zealot does go down. The first Stalker is on the way out, and a lot of probes are falling here, not killing that many Marines at all. How many probes does Freyr have left? Not much. He's gonna have to do wonders with this one Stalker here. The bunker is going to go up, which is going to be real bad news for him too. 3 Marines now in the bunker. They are going to start working away at... Ooh, he's making us... Why is he putting... yeah, good job there, Freyr. Pulling off his workers off gas. He really needs to get more minerals out to start that next Stalker. He needs to get another Stalker out of this gateway before it goes down. He needs to save some chrono and make sure that gets out. There's... Oh man, what is he going to be able to do at this point? You can never break a bunker in this situation. He will lose the gateway. Let's take a look at the unit stab. 11 probes to 10 SCVs, and Dragon is now being aggressive. He knows that he is not... he's going to be in range of that gateway, but not in range of the rest of the stuff. He knows he needs to kill more probes, and that's exactly what he's doing. So many probes are going down, and still 5 Marines left standing in the back. The Stalkers are starting to lose their shields. One of them might get trapped. Another Stalker is on the way out. Is that gonna be enough though? The Stalker now down to 9 hit points, and the other Stalker doesn't have a lot of stuff left either. There's gonna be a new fresh Stalker coming in, but oh, more SCVs falling. This Stalker is going to be surviving. Is this one Stalker enough to clean up the 3 Marines? But even if it is, I think Freyr is too far behind in workers right now. But oh my god, he's got 3 Stalkers soon to be out on the field. Oh no, the Marines are going to get in the bunker. Huge miscontrol there by Freyr. He should have denied those Marines, of course, from getting in, and he's going to lose a Stalker, which is really, really huge. Losing a Stalker in this situation. But this game is nowhere near over yet, guys. There's 2 Stalkers out on the field who are going to be able to reign supreme over anything that really comes its way. Dragon needs to start a bunker ASAP somewhere. He needs, preferably he would have a bunker here and another supply depot to complete the wall of. That way he's going to be 100% safe, but he will be in a lot of trouble. One Stalker coming in here, and it will not be able to kill these Marines too easily. Continuous Marine production is coming up, and so is the SCV production. This game is restarting basically in a situation of 4 workers versus 4 workers, but guess what? We've got an orbital command out on the field, and that's going to make a huge difference. Oh, these Marines, man, they are holding the watchtower like a boss. There's not much these Stalkers can really do, since they don't have vision of this little inside area. The Stalkers are doing their best, trying to get some shots off, but these 5 Marines do pack a lot of punch, so it's gonna be tough for them to deal with those 5 Marines. And continuous Marine production is going on by Dragon. I think, oh, he's just going for round 2. Oh man, I think he could have really macroed his way out of this as well, but he wants to go for the all-in once more, which is a fine decision. I mean, it can probably kill Freyr relatively easily, since he still only has 2 Stalkers as his entire army. Another Marine coming out. This Stalker lost all his shields. Oh, his Stalkers are split up at the same time. Oh, good micro though by Freyr. He's getting off a lot of free shots on those Marines, bringing up the health bars real quick. This Stalker starting regenerating shields, and what are those Marines going to do? They're going to try to focus the Stalkers down. Good micro left and right. There will soon be another Stalker out on the field. As only a small bit of minerals has to be mined. Oh, this Stalker is not going to be happy to see all those SCV come after him. There's more regeneration going on this Stalker's shields. Needs to focus fire the weak Marines and then pull some probes with his next Stalker. Oh, he could warp in a Zealot if he wanted to, but a Zealot might not be the most useful thing to get right now, but he does decide to warp it in. You need to get something out. Oh, all the Marines are starting to go down, and there, oh my, there's only 2 Marines left on the field for Dragon. I think that Rockskid Sprayer might have actually done this. Dragon trying to go for the follow-up all-in. while he was in a really good position to macro his way out of there. He had mules, he had the SCV lead, and there's the GG. Dragon gonna be GGing out of the first game, and we will be setting up game 2 in just a second. Wow, really well played there by Roxkis Freyr. Props to him, man. He's been doing really, really good. I really thought he was out of there as soon as he didn't scout that. Only made 2 stalkers and the bunker went up. Well done, holding off an all-in by Dragon. Dragon, of course, known for playing a little bit cheesy, which is fine, but not working out for him in this particular situation. I wish I could ask him for the map, but I don't think I can. But I believe you got this. I believe we've got one of our admins. I believe we got one of our admins now on the job who's gonna be inviting me to the next game, so I can maybe focus on doing some other things, such as set some extra stuff up, like the auto scene switcher. Yay, there we go, I love it. The auto scene switcher, that is really the best program you've ever seen, at least that I've ever seen. I'm gonna start it. Bam. And now it should be switching my scenes automatically. Next series we'll be using that. I need to only allow friends to send me text messages. Okay, great. So we will be getting into game 2 in just a second, guys. We're already in the lobby. ESL Shakira's Plateau is going to be the map of choice for Dragon to play on. He's down a game to Freyr. Freyr showing off some good Stalker micro and being able to stop that double 11 Rex proxy on dual side. Let's see if he's going to be able to do just as well in game 2. I hope the auto scene switcher is doing its job. It's such a beautiful program. Hell Green from Team Liquid. Oh, look at that, it's working so beautiful. Did you see that? It automatically pops up the production tab and it opens the top tab. It's such a wonderful program. It really, really is. Oh, they switched colors on me though, so I'm gonna have to adjust that real quick. We've now got a green Protoss player and a blue Terran player, and they swap. Bam. Okay, guys, everything is set and ready. We're going to be getting into game 2 of the semifinals here at the Playhem EU Diggly. It is a best of 3 between Roxkis Freyr spawning as the green Protoss player in the bottom right spawn position. He is going up to the blue favorite, well, I wouldn't say favorite, or maybe he is the favorite in this series, but he's definitely one of my favorite streamers to be watching, man. This guy's trolling left and right, continuously asking for low league StarCraft 2 accounts so he can troll his opponents in the most funny ways you've ever seen, such as playing Protoss and playing a PvP with only storms. This guy playing Protoss and using nothing but storms, or using nothing but probes or SCVs. It's so funny to watch his stream, and he likes the cheese. He has got some really creative cheese under his belt, and it's of course good to mix in cheese every now and then. He is Dragon, formerly on Slayers. Very popular streamer on Team Liquid. I like to tune into his stream myself quite a bit. Looks like he's not going to be grabbing any gas right now. Our blue Terran in the top left. We got cross spawn positions, of course, important to note. Roxkis Freyr, not a big fan of going for Nexus first or really risky builds. That's what I've been able to deduct. The science of deduction, Sherlock reference. That's what I've been able to deduct. By the way, did the auto scene switcher do its job? Yes, it did. Beautiful auto scene switcher. I was able to deduct that from the games that I've seen from him now. He likes to play a bit of a weird strategy where he gets later gas mining. As you can see, he's only got one worker on gas for the first bit, and then he rallies them in. So his gas income is going to start to get going a little bit later, and that's going to allow him to either get out one zealot or even 2 zealots before his Stalker can get out. And that's an interesting strategy. I've seen him do it in PvP quite a bit, the 2 zealot into 2 Stalker sort of rush, I guess you could call it. It's a really creative build, and he's really the only one that I've seen doing this. So let's see how this is going to work for him now. This zealot is out pretty early, and it is going to enable him to start the Stalker pretty much right after. Or no, he's gonna, or yes he is. So beautiful timings here by Freyr. I like it. I'm always a bit puzzled when I see him do this. I'm like, oh, is this gonna line up? Is it gonna line up? And yeah, it always does. Oh, don't rally your probes into the simulator right now. That would be a bad idea. Oh, the SCV gets taken out. Nice pick off there for Freyr, who's now mining with 4 harvesters. There he goes, 3 harvesters. He's on top of his game right now. Dragon, of course, going for the fast expansion and the fast third. Wow, he's playing it risky, man. Let's see what Freyr wants to do. He's not building anything out of his gateway, and he's moving a probe down here, so that is definitely gonna be a Nexus as a follow-up for him, but I don't think it's gonna be no units from now on into another Nexi. That's the kind of playstyle that Dragon has been showing. I'm surprised that Freyr is not moving out across the map with his Zealot and Stalker. Maybe he's afraid of the Dragon going for that rather marine pressure that we've seen Dragon use versus Rain's Axlav. Not to the best effect, but the Reaper that Dragon adds in that Marauder harass was just beautiful, going in from the front with 2 Marauders and a Marine, and the Reaper jumping into the main base versus Axlav, and that Reaper was able to get 7 probe kills. So maybe that's what Roxkis Fair is worried about. He's just staying at home, checking for a third even here. Or no, actually he didn't know where his opponent spawned, so he was not checking for a third here. That was actually a pretty ridiculous thing to say. If it was versus a Zerg at this point in the game, he could have been checking for a third, but a Terran would never ever build his third in this position here. It would be too easy to scout, too easy to deny. He's of course going to be building it in his main base, make it into an orbital, and yeah, start dropping some mules, make some extra SCVs. You don't really need to move that orbital out as soon as it finishes up. You can just take perfect advantage of it being here. But this map does have some neat features, like placing your command center in this position and dropping your mules here. That is a beautiful thing to do. There's not going to be a lot of Protoss players scouting this early, and even if they do, there's rocks here, and in case it gets spotted, you can just lift up and go back. If you just use it as a mule dropping base, it's actually really good. Let's see if Dragon's gonna be doing that. Poking in with a Stalker is a Freyr. What has he seen? Not much, but I think he will be assuming that the command center is up. Another SCV out of Dragon is on the map here. Ooh, this SCV is living on the edge right now. The SCV does find a probe, and seeing a probe out on the map, that's gonna make Dragon think, Axlav, what are you up to? Why are you moving a probe out on the map? You want to be making a proxy pylon. Why do you want to be making a proxy pylon? Freyr going for Blink. Twilight Council Blink. He has an observer making a Warp Prism, but he's slightly supply blocked. Pylon is finishing up, so that's no problemo. But only 2 gateways. Freyr is also playing it pretty risky here. We've seen Rain's Axlav do the same thing versus Dragon, and only use 3 gateways, 4 gateways. And we've seen him get into huge troubles of that. It's definitely a risky play, getting out Blink this early with so little gateways. Am I missing some gateways somewhere? No, I don't think I am. There's only 2 gateways out on the map and a Forge being added on. Ooh, it's definitely a risky thing. He will be blinking into the main base and try to do some harassment. And since there's not a lot of Marauders out just yet, it's gonna be good. No concussive shell has been researched either, so those Stalkers blinking into the main could actually be really annoying for Dragon, even though there's only gonna be like ooh, a lot of sentries as well. Is he gonna go for the force fields on the ramp, or does he want to force field some SCVs in? I don't know. Oh, this is a beautiful time for Dragon to be moving out. If Dragon would move out all the way right now with all his units, there would be not much that Freyr could really do with his 2 gateways that he has out and all his sentries in the Warp Prism on the other side of the map. But that's not going to be the case. Dragon decides to stay home and defend. He does spot this pylon over here, so he already moved his entire army. Oh, and the force fields are gonna not be really super good, but they do kill a few SCVs. Let's see how many. 5, 6 already. Wow, this is turning out to be pretty good, though all those units are trapped over here. Dragon not doing his best job. He could have just ran the units around this way and maybe sniped that Warp Prism, which would have been the ideal situation. The Stalkers in the meantime blinking into the expansion and killing some more workers here. Freyr already up at 10 workers killed. This double-pronged harass with only 2 gateways is working out really well for him. While he's getting his Colossi count, while he's getting ready to tech into Colossi and get a few Immortals out, and finally additional gateways going down, 4 gateways being added on, 6 gate is good to be on. He's probably going to go up to 7 gate Robo is a really good 2 base count to be at, or he could just stick to 6 and grab an earlier third, who knows, but I don't think he's going to be going for that super early third. Ooh, here come the sentries again. One force field goes down. Dragon not on top of his micro, but he doesn't really lose anything. Taking a look at the worker kill tab, 14 workers have been killed in total by this pressure out of Freyr. And what he should do right now is go home, get upgrades, get tech, and start expanding. He's in a really comfortable position right now. He's up by 17 workers. Freyr, Freyr's looking really good. By the way, the scoreboard is wrong. Oh my god, I'm so terrible. Roxy's Freyr won game 1. Uh-oh. Sorry guys, the scoreboard was wrong. But I fixed that now. Ooh, a few Marines being picked off here. Freyr doing a wonderful job taking any damage that he really can. There's a War Prism over here that's not doing much. What happened to all the sentries? Did they all fall? No, the sentries are all still alive. Look at all that energy that they've got saved. That's going to be really good for him. 2 upgrades on the way for Dragon. That's going to be something that he has on his side. The upgrade advantage, since there's only one forge, I believe, for Freyr. Yep, I can only find one forge, so the upgrade advantage is something that Dragon has got on his side. Losing a few stalkers there, but also taking out a good amount of Marines here, and the army for Dragon is keeping small. The observers now finally all are taken out, so the only high ground spotting ability that Freyr has left in a forward position on the map is going to be that War Prism. Freyr doesn't want to die down on aggression, that's for sure. He's now moving out across the map with a Colossus, 5 sentries, Immortal, and a Zealot, and he wants to continue the pressure here, and I don't think there's many Vikings out yet. In fact, there is no Vikings out, and Dragon's gonna be salvaging his bunkers and going in here. Oh man, this is probably game. There's nothing that Dragon can really do at this point. One of our admins telling me to check the units lost tab, which is indeed pretty funny. 1700 resources lost for Dragon to 500 for Freyr. He's pretty much played this game perfectly, and with the 2 Colossi now out on the field versus 1 Viking, that's not going to be pretty. Thermal Lance has finished up. Those Colossi have got 1 armor, soon to be 2, and Dragon is soon gonna be forced to make his last stance here. A lot of force fields going down, preventing Dragon from really getting a good position. And here he goes, stimming up and trying to go for it. And this is definitely gonna be it for Dragon. There's no way he can really hope to hold this. 30 supply, 40 supply ahead is Roxkid's Freyr right now, and he is gonna be knocking ex-Slayer's Dragon out of the tournament. Beautiful job here with the Blink Stalkers and the sentries at the same time in the main base. This War Prism here definitely deserves a commendation. And there's the GG. Roxkid's Freyr will be advancing to the Grand Finals in a pretty quick 2-0 over Dragon. Really impressive. Let's see who is going to be waiting in the Grand Finals. I will be looking that up. La la la. Thursday daily. I believe GL Snoot was still in here. Real is still in here. Real and Snoot are now playing in the other semi-final. So, are they in a game yet? Ooh, no, they're not. I hope we're setting that one up right now. That's gonna be a pretty cool match as well. GL Snoot versus Type Real. Maybe Real's playing in a different tournament. He does that a lot. No, they're both not in game, so we should be setting that up. Or did they? No, they didn't play yet. So that's good. Maybe Real just finished with his previous game. Let's check his match history. Yeah, he won 4 minutes ago. Oh man, this is gonna be beautiful. These epic games, man, they're lining up. Another Protoss versus Zerg. I have to say, I'm cheering for Snoot a little bit here, for Gamers League Snoot, since nobody really likes to see a PvP in the Grand Finals, right? I definitely wouldn't. Gonna be checking chat out for just a second on my stream. Oh wait, I was gonna use the Playhem scoreboard as well. So I have to set up a few things. Options. That has to go on. And I have to go here and do this and click on all these things. Okay, so that's in place. So we are in the in the lobby right now for the next game. Gamers League Snoot versus Type Real is coming up. And looks like our admin is ensuring me that the scoreboard is going to be nice and pretty and ready, which is a good thing. I guess I could go ahead and play a quick tune until we get started. So he's a moderator, he'll be happy. Oh my god, sorry for blowing your ears up. Feel the fear in my enemy's eyes. So sweet, here we go into another semi-finals here. Hopefully everything worked and switched and is looking good. We should have the Playhem scoreboard up in just a second. I'm sure that Astrorion, the guy in chat, is going to be working on that ASAP. It's going to be a semi-final game here between a Zerg player, Gamers League Snoot, spawning in the bottom left spawn position as the red Zerg player. He is going up against Type Real, who's going to be the orange Protoss player in the top right, who of course is gonna go for a Forge Expand on this map. A slightly risky map to do it on, since this choke is pretty wide open. As you can see, it's going to take a lot of buildings to wall it off, but not as many as you would think. For some reason, this choke looks bigger than it actually is. I'm actually surprised at how few buildings it does take to wall it off, and I think every Protoss player should be doing a Forge Expand on this map. It's not super risky. It's actually really good. It's not risky as it would be on Metalopolis or Daybreak. This is actually a pretty good map for Forge Expand, and we pretty much always see Forge Expands on this map in the GSL. But out of the GSL, like in on ladder, or well, this map isn't played on ladder. That's a horrible example. I don't really know. When I play in the tournament, I don't really see Protoss players, lower league Protoss players, to really go for the Forge Expand on this map as much as you see others do it. 15 pool here, by the way, for Snoot. Very standard. Probably gonna try to get his hatch down around the 16 supply mark. Maybe even the 15 supply. There he goes, 16. And he will be trying to get that hatchery out, of course. No Forge has been planted down for real yet. Let's double check on the scoreboard. Is it up and looking pretty? Oh man, that scoreboard looks so pretty. I actually cannot see it on my screen since it's an add-on that runs through Ben's server. But I'm always happy when it's looking that good. So of course 15 pool, no need to start your Forge super early. You can go ahead and start at Nexus. But right after that you of course have to, wow, being a bit risky here, making a probe, delaying his gateway. a little bit. Not the most dangerous thing to do, of course. The most dangerous thing to do would be delaying your cannon. Wow, even building a pylon first. Wow, Ryu, he is really playing the economic game here, and he will be. He must start to save up some minerals soon to be able to start that cannon ASAP. And there he goes. Ooh, that cannon's going to be delayed a few seconds, and there it comes up. Is it going to be in time though? There is of course a pylon on the natural here, and that's going to delay those 4 Zerglings, so that cannon is going to be finishing well in time. Ryu of course got his build very well sorted out. He wouldn't make a mistake like that. When I'm playing this map, I always screw up on my timings. Since this map is not in the ladder pool, it's pretty tough to... I did disable my mic, didn't I? Yes. Because this map is not in the ladder pool, it's pretty tough to really work out your timings on this map, like when could a 15 pool be at my base, when would a 12 pool be at my base, and things like that. You don't really get the experience on tournament maps as much, since I mostly play ladder. Here comes that worker again from Real. He's going to be reassuring himself that the hatchery has gone up, and actually not scouting for the 3rd base. Ooh, nice job here, circumventing that queen. He just wants to make sure that, oh, is he going to be scouting the gas timing? That would be beautiful, or rather, he's going to scout that there's no gas up, and that's going to tell Real there's a 3rd base. There's no way a Zerg would delay his gases this much unless he's taking a 3rd base. So Ryu has got a really good read on his opponent right now. I like that move. He moved his probe all around the creep, making sure the queen couldn't get to it, and scouted both gases. Ryu is going to be very happy with that scouting information, and is now happily chrono boosting away at both his Nexi, getting his probe count up there really quick. He's already up by 4 workers, but of course... Gamers League Snoot will be catching up to that momentarily when he starts his drone process. 1 Zealot is in production. I think that's the first fighting unit coming out. Yes, it is, and it's gonna have a fight with the Zergling. Almost kills it. I really thought that Zergling was gonna go down, but it lives to tell another tale, to fight another day, to die another day most likely, since Zerglings usually get sacrificed quite a bit for scouting information and things of the like. Another probe moving out across the map, and ooh, that probe is gonna cross paths with this Zergling. And that Zergling is not on hold position, so that Zergling might start chasing that probe. No, it's too far away, but Snoot does notice it. He actually is setting some waypoints. That probe is in quite some danger. First Stalker now out on the field, while the first Zealot's making his way to do some additional scouting here at the natural, maybe at the 3rd base. Don't really know where the Zealot's going just yet. The probe's still alive, taking a few hits on his shields, and the Stalker is going to be bringing bringing that Zergling down. Bam, there it goes. And 1 more Zergling left out on the map. The Zealot now scouting the 3rd base. Probably not going to be able to kill anything. With good micro from Snoot, he shouldn't be... 1 drone goes down. Maybe even a 2nd one. Yes, a 2nd drone does go down. Good job here by Realm. Getting out 2 kills with this Zealot. Or 2 drone kills. 3 kills in total. This is pretty good. Oh, the hero Zealot misrallied. Does go down. Nah, no big deal. He did the damage that he wanted to, and a Dark Shrine is on the way for Ryu. I saw this Twilight Council go down thinking, meh, could be Blink. Could still be Blink. Could be a +2 Blink timing push, but not really the build order that you'd go for. You'd go for a whole lot earlier +1, and you'd go for more gateways, of course. So this is going to be a DT into a 3rd base, I would assume, since there's only 3 additional gateways on the way in the main base. That's what I'm thinking Ryu was doing. I play Protoss myself. High Master League is usually where I'm at, and if I feel cheesy and cheese the entire day, I'm usually at the Mid-Master. Cheese, not my strong point, but sometimes I get so frustrated by... I don't know, PvP, that I start 2-gating and cannon rushing and stuff like that. Doesn't really work out too often for me, unfortunately. So this Zealot is still, this Zergling is still in a good position to do some scouting. Ooh, 4 DTs being warped in. Oh, and the Spore Crawler is not yet up. Ooh, he needs to focus fire that, and yes, he will. And these, they're gonna have to evacuate this this 3rd base. This is definitely gonna go down. Do we have a lair? Yes, we do. We have some Overseers morphing left and right, but this hatchery is definitely forfeit, and so are the Spine Crawlers that were guarding it. Roaches are of course on the way out. Those roaches might be gearing up for a nice counterattack. Do we have roach speed researched yet? No, we don't. No upgrades have come out of this lair at all, apart from some Overseers. These DTs might get themselves some free Zerglings. Yes, they do. Some Stalkers now being warped in. Wow, morphing into Archons. That's something you rarely see. I think he wants to keep this pressure on It's now up to 5 gateways. 2 additional gateways have been added, so 6 in total. With the +1 finish, that is going to be some scary Stalker Archon pressure here, but the Roaches might be catching these few stocks. Oh, these Roaches, man. This is so risky, moving out across the map. Oh lord, this is really bad for Snoot right now. He's going to be losing all these Roaches. They're cut off from the main portion of his army, and they die without doing any significant form of damage, taking about 80 shields off that Archon. And Snoot is in a ton of trouble. He's making 8 Roaches, 8 Zerglings, and he is researching Overlord speed. Not going to be too helpful. And there he goes, pulling off all his drones and a lot of Zerglings. The Zerglings are getting a surround on the Stalkers, but man, those Archons are doing so much damage to them. The Archons are still all alive. This Archon only got 9 shields left, but this army out of real is so scary. Snoot now in a supply block, just now starting to Overlords, and still no Roach speed. And without Roach speed, you cannot really battle Stalkers as well as you normally would be. Oh, whoa. Poor Stalker. He was, looks like Real was tired of that. Stalker's like, no, Stalker, you die. And he, insubordinate Stalker going down. Third base being resituated for Snoot. He did get some time to get additional Roaches out, but once again, no speed is no bueno for those Roaches. Hidden fourth being dropped by Snoot. He's playing it a little bit cheesy here. 3 Spine Crawlers are gonna finish up, and they will be able to buy a lot of time. But Real, man, he used to be down by 30 supply when the DTs came in, and he's just been powering off his 2 bases right now, getting his 3rd up, and Hydralisks are now on the way for Snoot. I really don't think that is the right option. Mass Roach with few Infestors works so well against this army composition. Archons ravage through Hydralisks as well, and Zealots with a few Force Fields and Guardian Shield support are gonna do really well versus them as well. So Snoot is on the back foot here. He does have his 3rd base back up, and he kept most of his drones alive, so he's still ahead on drones by only 2. So up by 2 workers, not the most ideal situation. But maybe with this base not being spotted, maybe he's gonna be able to get back into this. We do now have Blink finished up for a type Real here. Our Orange Protoss player is still on 6 gateways, isn't he? Yes, he is, and he is expanding. The one Zergling is now finding out that there is in fact a 3rd base on the way. I'm curious to see what Real's going to be doing. His +2 is finished up. He's got some Archons, and yeah, here he goes, moving in for the kill. I would assume the Hydras going to the front and getting instantly annihilated. The 2 Archons, the first Archon goes down really quick, and this is actually a really good concave for Snoot, but his +1 attack versus the +2 Blink Stalkers, I don't think there is enough stuff for him. The supplies are still really close. Snoot now starting to fall down a little bit, pulling his drones, and that is going to be the end of the first game, ladies and gentlemen, in the semi-finals here. Game 1 between Gamers League Snoot and Type Real is going to end in a 1-0 victory, and there's the GG. We will be heading into Game 2 in just a second. That is at least the plan. Okay, I'll change my casting the Playhem EU daily update. So that's better. We will be jumping into game 2 in just a second, guys. I'll go ahead and play another quick song as we get ready, as we get that set up. Of course, the map church is going to be on Snoot's side. What am I gonna play? I'm gonna play some Justin Bieber, maybe? No, some Skrillex, of course. Why didn't I think of that earlier? Hello everyone and welcome back to the Playhem EU Daily Semi-Finals here at Lyrlian TV. I guess that's what I used to call myself, but I haven't really used this streaming channel at all as of late, so it feels a little bit weird saying that. But welcome back to the EU Daily. We are in the semi-finals between Type Real, who's going to be the orange Protoss player spawning in the bottom spawn position, or the 6 o'clock on MLG's Metalopolis. He's going up against Gamers League Snoot, who lost game 1 and of course picked Metalopolis, a really good Zerg map. Also a map that a lot of Protoss players love to play on because of the sheer fact that they played a lot of games on it. Of course it favors Zerg, but I don't really mind playing on this map since I've got so much experience. I know all the ins and all the outs of this map, and I feel really comfortable, and that can be an advantage as well. Real getting down his 12 gate, not going for the more economical, more standard 13 gate. It wants to be safe, I guess, or maybe this is just part of his normal build. It's not a big difference, you know, 13 gate, 12 gate, there's maybe 5 or 10 minerals in difference. Ooh, that pool, nah, that was a normal timed pool, nothing special. Real will not be panicking at all. He's gonna try to work away at one of these drones. Of course, not gonna work out too well. Snoot immediately pulling off 2 of his workers to compensate. Probe losing all his shields. Gas now going down, more probes being carded boosted, nothing special here for Real. Of course, he's probably going to go for some kind of a sentry expand, probably a 1 gate expand, or maybe he wants to mix things up a little. Since he's up 1-0 and he's going to have the next map church if he loses anyway, he might as well decide to cheese. And oh, beautiful job here by Snoot, sneaking that drone by. Real's going to be like, herpa derpa, I didn't plan on that happening. He's going to be pretty disappointed about this hatch going down. It's so nice if you can block that hatch from going down for a little while longer, maybe even place a pylon there and delay it even more. And this is going to be good for Snoot. He's going to be able to play the opener that he wanted to. No gases on the way just yet. Real is keeping a close eye on those gas geysers, of course, to spot for their timings. Is he going to get gas at all, and how many is he going to get, and how early does he get them? Does Snoot want to go for an early third base? Could I go for something risky? Ooh, Stalker first. Interesting. Even before Warp Gate research. Interesting. But hey, he knows that Stalkers are going to be really good since there's no gas, no speedlings are going to be out, so that Stalker is going to be able to scout, it's going to be able to kite indefinitely, and it will be able to maybe pick off a few Zerglings here and there, maybe an Overlord, and ooh, is that going to be a Twilight Council? Yes, it is going to be a Twilight Council. We're going to see proxy DT tech here. That is definitely what we're going to be seeing, and this Ling, man, I don't think it's going to be scouting that anytime soon, since it will be running around this square for maybe another year to come. So this Twilight Council and the pylon powering it are probably not going to be spotted, and the Dark Shrine isn't either. So this might be looking like a normal, well, I'm saying normal, but this is everything but normal. This Zergling cannot really scout in here as easily. It can scout, however, that there is no Nexus down, and at the 5-minute mark there could be a Nexus down, but there isn't. Ooh, the probe barely staying alive at 3 HP. The Overlord will be seeing that probe and maybe a few Zerglings. Wow, that's a lot of Zerglings actually being created, but no speed has been started since he doesn't have 100 gas just yet, and a pylon even in the main base. Wow, I didn't even see that yet. The Queen is going to be working away at that, and that pylon will definitely go down before any kind of DT warping can happen. Where is the closest pylon at right now? Wow, there's probes everywhere. Probes, stalkers, pylons. Real definitely wants to be getting his DT tech out ASAP. Spinecrawler's now going down. Oh man, he can definitely use some Spinecrawlers, like 1 or 2. Definitely a good move, but he needs detection. There is no Evo chamber on the way. He's not realizing that this is going to be a DT rush at all, but there's so many Zerglings going in for a counterattack that might do a lot of damage, but without detection there's, oh, there goes the Evo chamber. Oh, that's going to be really close. Dark Shrine finishing in 20 seconds, Evolution Chamber finishing in 20 seconds as well, and oh, this pylon's so close. That is going to be beautiful for Real. He will be able to warp those DTs in immediately. There go his gateways finishing up. Beautiful inline. The gateways are morphing in as soon as the Dark Shrine finishes, and here come the first DTs, or they should be coming. Maybe they're going to be warped in defensively. Who knows? There's so many Zerglings here. Nah, they're not going to be warped in defensively, of course. And there's the first Spore Crawler on the way. The Queen is blocking. Beautiful move here by Snoot. This Queen is going to be buying him a few precious extra seconds. He needs to block the Spore Crawler. Oh, he's not going to be blocking the Spore Crawler. He's actually blocking the main base, so his Spore Crawler in the main can finish. I really think he could have saved that. Oh man, he could have easily saved that Spore Crawler. That's a shame for Snoot. He should have just right-clicked on that Spore Crawler, made his drone surround it, and that would have bought him enough time. Now all his Spine Crawlers are going to go down. He doesn't have a lot of DPS up here. He's making a few Zerglings left and right. The Spine Crawler does go down. Spore Crawlers, of course, going up left and right. Lair on the way for Snoot. This is never going to be broken, of course. The Zerglings are on their way back home. Zealots now being warped in. And this is looking really good for Real once more. He won game 1 with some DT shenanigans, and looks like he will be winning game 2 with some DT shenanigans as well. There's not much you can do as a Zerg player when you're losing your hatch like this. Snoot's going to be moving out, trying to do some pressure here once more, but he should realize there's no way he's going to be breaking through. The sentry with 2 force fields. The hatchery falls for Snoot, and I really want to make this more exciting, but I don't really see any way for Snoot to win at this point. There's not even a reason for Real to really pressure into this. He could make 3 Archons and win the game right now. And that's exactly what he's going to be doing, making 3 Archons and winning the game. That's exactly what is on his mind. That's pretty funny. The Archons are going to get spotted, and Snoot should be GGing out of here momentarily. The Roaches, however, are on the way, but I don't think they're going to be in time. Spine Crawlers are not in position. They were cancelled. And, yeah. I'm really rooting for Snoot here. I really want this to go to game 3 and maybe see something other than a PvP Grand Finals, but it looks like the PvP Grand Finals is going to be inevitable. Some Zerglings moving back here might be able to take out the proxy pylon. No, a Warpin of Stalkers is going to come through in 71 supply versus the 65 of Snoot, who has got a few Zerglings and a few Roaches out. He actually has a lot of Roaches out. It's about 10 Roaches out on the field right now, but I don't think it's going to be enough. These Archons still out full HP, full shields. The Spinecrawler finishes, pokes away twice, and then dies. Snoot now falling to 34 supply, and Type Real will be taking this game. There's only 5 probes left for Snoot, and there's the GG. Bam! Snoot leaving the game, and Real is going to be advancing to the Grand Finals, I believe, where he's going to face another Protoss player, Roxkiss Freyr. Yeah, that's what we're going to be going into. I would actually rather cast Dragon versus Snoot, the 3rd place match. What do you guys think? Do you want to see the 3rd place match as Zerg versus Terran, Dragon versus Snoot, or do you want to see the Grand Finals, Freyr versus Real? I'll leave it up to you. Oh, Dragon went to bed, so then we're gonna be stuck with the PvP regardless. Oh well, PvP can be pretty fun. Hopefully we're gonna see some atypical games. Who wants to add me? Who's that? E.G. Hucho. Yeah, it's going to be a grand final, guys. Dragon went to bed, so we will not be able to cast that. So that is set up. We are waiting for Freyr to get into the game, so play some more Skrillex. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Playhem EU Daily. I am Lyrlian and we're going to be jumping into the grand finals right now, which is going to be a PvP starting on MLG's Antigua shipyard. It's going to be Roxkis Frere spawning as the green Protoss player in the top spawn position. He is gonna he's gonna go up against Type Real, the orange Protoss player in the bottom right. And Real is saying, "Easy on me, please." These guys play each other on the ladder all the time. They play each other in practice. They play each other in the tournament very often. So I think we're gonna be good for a really solid and not so cheesy PvP here. It is of course on the MLG version of this map, so there's a few differences from the ladder version. There is of course this supply depot over here, not gonna come into play in PvP though. What could come into play in PvP is the fact that it is forced cross positions. So you could place a pylon here, place a gateway here, and place a gateway there, and go for a double 10 gate or double 9 gate or whatever you want to do. Proxy gateway rush, which is actually a real good thing to be doing on this map. I actually played Real yesterday or 2 days ago in the Playhem EU Daily, and he proxy 2 gated me, and I was like, and I was doing everything right, and against a normal Master League player of my own caliber, I would have definitely won the game, but Real's micro was just so much better than mine. He kept on getting really good concaves for his zealots to be working with. He just had way more APM, he's played way more games, so I lost to Real, but then again, I don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, Real's like a pro player, and I'm just a master scrub compared to him. It was actually really fun playing him. I've seen someone in chat ask about myself. I'm Lyrlian. I'm a caster for Playhem TV. I am from the Netherlands. I study IT, and I play Protoss in StarCraft 2. I started off in the Bronze League, and I am now in the upper regions of the Master League. And that's about all there is to know for me. I will be casting for different organizations. I cast for Playhem. I cast for the KSL every now and then. I also applied to cast at DreamHack and MLG and all those things, but I don't think that will be happening anytime soon, since I didn't even get an email back from MLG or DreamHack, so that's of course a bit over-ambitious. I'm very well aware of that, but it's yeah, I'm just noting some things. I will be casting for a professional team pretty soon, which is pretty exciting. Something like what Mouse Calaris is doing for Mouse Esports. I'll be doing that for a different European team. That's going to be a lot of fun. I got hired a few days ago. Ooh, wow, that's an early Twilight cancel. Don't think it's going to be DTs though. I'm thinking Blink Stalkers here. And Frere, by the way, guys, is doing that build I was talking about earlier, where he gets delayed gases and gets out 2 Zealots and a Stalker early, and he will apply some pressure with that. And what is his follow-up plan going to be? Frere is saving up a lot of resources. There he goes, starting another Stalker. And what is Real going to be doing? Only adding on 1 gateway. Is it going to be No, it's not going to be DTs. It's going to be Blink. Oh. Real lagging a little bit there. Looks like we're good though. Has Real even scouted yet? Yes, he has. He's just he's probably going to be building a proxy pylon in this position, the most common place for proxy pylons to be built. He knows he wants to, but of course he wants to get another gateway out first. I'd assume. Yep, there he goes. So it's going to be a really early Blink build. A really super early Blink build, as Real is lagging some more, while Frere is going for what seems to be what could be the same build, but with 4 gateways and delaying his attack a little bit. Let's take a look at the units tab. We see that Frere has got 1 extra probe over his opponent, and there's the pause out of Real since he was lagging a little bit. So we are of course going to give him that time. As much as he needs. If you guys got any questions apart from the things I just said about myself, feel free to ask anything in chat. I love interacting with viewers and answering some questions. If you want to go ahead and support me, you could go ahead and follow me on Twitter. Twitter.com/Lyrlian or @Lyrlian is my username there. I don't tweet as much as I should be, which is a shame. I'm not really a big fan of Twitter, so to say, but it's nice to stay in contact with people and things like that. So I will be working on that more in the future. Ooh, this pylon's gonna go down most likely. No, the Stalkers are gonna come over here and they will force that Zealot away if Frere's is paying attention. Yes, he is paying attention. Now moving across the map with his stalkers. And Blink has not finished up for real yet, and he's going to lose that probe, and he has to run away, and he will be losing this proxy pylon. Wow, this is starting to look pretty good for Freyr. He's got a 4 supply lead, and he's got his own Blink on the way, of course. He's also got a Robo. Wow, it's really looking pretty good for Freyr here. The Zealot does go down. Now he has to start to be really careful. He will lose that Zealot as well, most likely. Another 3 stalkers are coming in, so that's going to be 5 stalkers versus a little bit less, but Blink has finished up. Freyr needs to run. Oh, run, Freyr. Go back home. Oh, this is beautiful, Freyr. Oh, I love you, dude. Blink had just finished up for Rio, and that was the ideal time to be retreating and going back home. That was just perfect timing out of Freyr. Really good move. And now he's going to be buying time until his own Blink finishes. Force field. No, he doesn't really need to have. He doesn't really have to, since he's got about the same amount of stalkers. Since the closest proxy pylon for Real is over here, I guess. There's not even a pylon in this position, so it's going to be a long time before those reinforcements get there. Real is going to be waiting a little bit. Oh, blinking down. That was a bad decision by Freyr, losing a stalker for nothing there. Not really sure what he was thinking there. Dark Shrine now on the way for Real, but of course Freyr already has his Observer out, so that's going to be a lot of wasted gas and some minerals. Oh, this is why Roxkis Freyr was not doing as much stuff as I thought he could be. He's warping in some Zealots, and he is spotting that Dark Shrine right now, which might as well get cancelled. No probes have gone down yet. Really good micro here by Real, keeping all his probes alive, but he is forced to use a lot of APM, and he's forced to go back home with his Stalkers, who, they wouldn't have done much to begin with anyway. Taking a look at the worker kill tab, we can see 1 worker has been killed for Freyr, and there's the cancel on the Dark Shrine and the expansion coming up. Very sensible thing to do, and Freyr should be realizing that. Freyr should be saying to himself like, okay, I've seen the Dark Shrine, there's no way he's gonna actually let that finish. That would make no sense. It's so easy for him to get a Robo out in time and counter the DT play. So Freyr is going to be counter-attacking instead, and with a 10 supply lead, that could do a lot of damage. This probe is probably going to be forfeit. Freyr is going to blink forward and take it out. Yep, there he goes, blinking forward, taking it out, and Real now is in a real amount of trouble. Oh, fun intended, terrible joke. Yes, I know. Another proxy pylon here for Freyr, so he's going to have reasonably close reinforcements. I think we're going to be waiting for 1 more warp in. Yes, we are. 4 stalkers, or at least a few, are probably going to be warped in, not over there, but they're warped over here to defend against this 1 Zealot here. Has been disrupting mining for Freyr, and here we go. He's got way more stalkers. He should go right now. 15 stalkers versus 9. Freyr's down by 1 worker, not the biggest of deals, of course. But these Zealots are not with this main army. Here come the 2 stalkers, or the stalkers in general that I was talking about. Are we going to see the blink up in the main base? There's still more stalkers and more stuff out for Freyr, and here he goes, getting in a good position. Oh, almost snipes a stalker there, and who's gonna have the better blink micro, bringing up the health bars here. It's all gonna come down to the blink micro. Freyr is ahead by 10 supply right now. Seems like this fight is going pretty well in his favor, and yes, it definitely is. Freyr is pushing back Real, and it's looking really grim for Real, who's trying to hold the top of his ramp, but there is an observer there, and these stalkers are gonna go to town on the Nexus and even this robotics facility right now. There is a Immortal about to come out. If that Immortal is allowed to finish, this could maybe, 4 more stalkers coming in. Even if the Immortal pops out, that's not going to be enough for Real, falling down to 37 supply versus the 63 of Freyr. And Freyr will be taking game 1 here. Really well played. I love his build. He played defensively, denied proxy pylons, kept active out on the map, and there's the GG. Wow. Once again, impressed by Freyr's play here. Really well done taking out Real here in the first game. We will be getting ready to get into game 2 of the grand finals, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into my private stream. You can go ahead and hit that follow button if you want on the Justin TV channel. We are, of course, watching the Playhem EU daily. I was not able to get home at 7 PM to start casting, and we only cast this tournament on the Playhem channel if we're able to cover the entire tournament. So that's why it's on my private channel. I hope you're having fun. If there's anything you want to know or anything you want to say, feel free to leave some comments in chat. I'll make sure to pick up on those. And we'll be right back with game 2 in the grand finals of the Playhem EU Daily. Freyr versus Real. Game 2 coming up in a second.
Some rock and roll. can play some rock and roll.
There we go, we should be back, we should be live with Game 2 of the Grand Finals here between Type Real, our orange Protoss player. He is going up against Roxy's Fair all the way on the other side of the map, but as you all know, that's not gonna come into play as much, since Protoss got these beautiful warp-in mechanics that make him able to warp in anywhere on the map. So the distances are not going to come into effect as much. Of course, when you go for Immortals or Colossi, it could come into play a little bit, but distances traditionally not affecting PvP at all. And this is of course played on the 4-gate map. That is what everyone calls it, that's what I call it, and that's what I do on this map. That's what pretty much everyone does on this map. You either 4-gate or do some anti-4-gate build, or try to meta-game your opponent by thinking, you're gonna go for this build, this 4-gate, and when I do this build, I can counter that. That's the three options that we've got laid in front of us. PvP, unfortunately, I've seen some people in the chat say, what does Zerg have to do to get into the finals here? Yeah, I don't really know. There's been a lot of talk about Protoss being overpowered recently. Donray Goo and Nesty were talking about it on Twitter this very day. And maybe Protoss is a little bit overpowered at the top professional, the top pro level. Maybe it is, but I don't think in the general Master League or things like that, I don't think it's too bad. Maybe they nerfed Infestors a bit too much. Maybe the upgrade difference is coming into play. Nah, I'm not sure. I think the Infestor could use a small damage buff and maybe improve Neuroparasite back to its old state. It's utterly useless right now, Neuroparasite, with the current super low range. Not a very good ability to get whatsoever. Okay, that being said, on the metagame of PvZ, while we're tuning into a PvP, the metagame of PvP has been pretty much the same for a long time. It's gonna be Blink Stalker, not on this map of course. On this map it's gonna usually be 4-gate versus 4-gate, but in the traditional PvP you're gonna see Blink, you're gonna see Robo, you're gonna see Observers, Immortals, and maybe, if you're lucky, we're gonna see a second base. But on this map it's of course very unlikely. Real now grabbing another gas while he is scouting his opponent. Let's take a look at his vision. He sees the amount of chrono boost on this Nexus and he's gonna be like, that's gonna be a 4-gate. How am I gonna deal with that? What build has Fair done this time around? He's not going for his patented double Zealot into Stalker build on this map. His Zealot is now gonna start... I wonder what his Zealot's gonna start doing. Make his way to his opponent's base, it looks like. Second gateway on the way, so we're gonna see some kind of a 3 Stalker rush here by Real. Or are we? Wow. This gateway is a bit late to go for a 3 Stalker rush. He made that Stalker before starting the gate. Okay. Real's gonna be in a lot of trouble if he's not gonna be able to deny the proxy pylon. 2 gateways now being added for both players. Third one going down for Fair. So 2 gateways only being added on for Real. Real's going for a pretty interesting build here. I'm really curious to see how he's going to be able to handle this. The Stalker sees the proxy pylon go down, and this Stalker is going to have to run home with its tail between its legs, if Stalkers would have tails. And I don't see how Real is going to be able to do this. He has nothing out. He's got 2 Stalkers soon out on the field, but guess what? There's a Stalker, a Zealot, and another Stalker on the way. How is Real ever going to hope to hold this? He's making 2 additional Stalkers, but 3 additional Stalkers even. Oh, maybe if he can get those 3 additional Stalkers out. This is actually a pretty cool build. I've seen Real do this before, where you get out the 3 Stalkers and you delay, and then you have got you've got 5 Stalkers versus your opponent's 6 Stalkers and a Zealot, and then with your warp-in coming in, you're gonna have 8 Stalkers. That's exactly what we're gonna see happening here. We're gonna see 8 Stalkers for Real against the 6 Stalkers and the Zealot versus Freyr. So Real might actually be fine here if he manages to get out that first good engagement. And here he goes, starting to work away at those shields of the Stalker. 4 Stalkers, 6 Stalkers. Like I said, 6 Stalkers and a Zealot versus the 8 Stalkers of Real. This is a very, very neat build by Real. I would love to be able to do this myself. And wow, super aggressive play here. More Zealots are coming in, and Real losing a lot of Stalkers here. Maybe a bit too many. Oh, he's getting himself in a horrible position. I really don't know why he tried to go for that really odd engagement there. He tried, of course, to pick off those Stalkers, but man, he's in a lot of trouble right now. Zealots and Stalkers being warped in. He needs to chrono boost the hell out of those gateways. What is happening right now? The superior production is of course now kicking in for Freyr, and Rio is very much on the back foot right now. Rio is going to be able to... Oh, he's going to lose another Stalker to that Zealot. And this is pretty much going to be it for Rio. He will be losing this game. I do think there's just too many Zealots and Stalkers and stuff out in general. Rio's down by 5 supply right now. Of course, the 3 Zealots are not getting too much surface area on the Stalkers, but they don't really have to. Here comes another warp in from Freyr, and that's going to be GG. Roxki's Freyr is gonna be taking this 2-0 over Rio in a really quick fashion, guys, and that's gonna be it for the Playhem EU daily. A pretty abrupt ending here to this to this pretty awesome tournament. We've seen some good games in the quarter and the semifinals, but these games, man, they ended really quick. 7 minutes. And I believe 11 minutes that the last PvP was. So that's going to be it for this tournament. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you'd like to support me, you can go ahead and follow me on Twitter at Lyrlian. I should try and tweet a bit more, so that way everyone can stay informed of when I'm casting. If you want to do that, go ahead. If you want to leave me some feedback, feel free to leave some in the chat. I love feedback, negative or positive, as long as it's constructive, as long as you say like, oh, I think this is bad because you do this. That's a good thing, but hating is of course not the way to, you know, improve the StarCraft 2 scene. And I would like to improve, provide better entertainment. So that's gonna be it for this stream. I will be playing one more Skrillex song, and then I will be shutting the stream down. First of the year, that is gonna be the version that I'm gonna be playing. Bam, there we go. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Follow me on Twitter at Lyrlian, and I will be casting for Playhem pretty soon. So make sure to keep an eye on Playhem. Check out www.playhem.com. They're the ones that make all these tournaments possible, and you can play in your own tournaments, make your own tournaments. It's a beautiful website. Go ahead and check that out, and thank you for watching. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll be shutting the stream down now. I hope to see you around next time for another Playhem EU Daily. Check out playhem.com. Beautiful website to run your own tournaments and play in tournaments for cash prizes in every league. And I hope to see you around next time. Thanks for tuning in.